Hey, what's up? Back again.
That first bass note hit me in the chest, and I was just like, there's no way that's 2/8.
MB Enclosures has his own YouTube channel, and this guy is an animal when it comes to designing boxes.
I know the title got you here, and I had to put the title there because it makes a lot of sense to me. I'm sitting discussing with my wife. I said, I think I'm gonna call this mindset with what's going on right now, the lifted truck mentality. Lifted truck mentality don't work with subwoofers. It doesn't. All you're gonna wind up doing is keep buying subwoofers. Let me explain what I'm saying. I have deduced, in my opinion, that over 90% of you, 90% of the car audio enthusiasts in the world, and well, in the United States, do not have the proper equipment for their setup, and they definitely don't have the right size box for their subwoofers. And I don't care if it's an underseat truck box, SUV, car, because most of you are not willing to take the time to even find that out. You actually think you actually think that the speaker makes bass with no air in the box. And people prey upon that. People actually prey upon your lack of knowledge. So I think this channel is definitely necessary. And the lifted truck mentality is simply this. You got people that think that, yeah, I got 5K on 212s. I got 8K on 212. Interesting. So you got this highly inefficient driver, for the most part. That's the mindset out there today, because power is cheap. I already made that video before, recently, this week, I believe. And you got this in a Honda Accord. And you wonder why I come along with my 6.5s or 2.8s in the proper size box, with sometimes a third of the power you have. And you say, that's deep and loud. And yeah, because you're using the lifted truck mentality. You think that just because the lifted truck mentality is this. You see these guys, they get these trucks, they put these 6-8 inch lifts on them, nice shiny American Force tires, rims, nice coilovers, colors, and all that. You know them trucks ain't good golfing on the road. They not good to go. They're good for going over curbs. That's it. They're good for going over curbs. People that go off-roading, like in off-roading, they look at those guys and they say, yeah, you want to look the part, but you can't take that truck off. You can't take that truck off-road. Look, the shiny rim that you have with that little bitty tire you have on it gonna crack when you hit the right rock. And then you're stuck. You can't put a spare on it because it doesn't fit. Now the truck's off balance and you're messing up your handling. So those trucks look like they're gonna do something. They absolutely they're just for show. They're just for riding up and down the highway. They are useless. Useless. Some of them can't even drive across the football field. Flat surface. Lord forbid it rain, they get stuck. But it looked like it's made to go off-road. Same thing people do with these subwoofers. Man, look at the size of this motor. Sub weighs 100, man, this sub weighs 80 pounds, 90 pounds. I got one out now, it weighs 130 pounds. Yeah, and you're going to put two of them in it, it's 260 without the box. You're going to need this massive alternator to run it. Batteries support the amplification need to get this inefficient driver to move, and you putting this in Honda Accord, Ford Taurus, Dodge Journey. So I have deduced that most, and then you want to put in an undersized box. You don't want to do what's necessary to get the full performance out of the driver. You just want to look the part. Lift the truck mentality. You want to look like they're going to do something. Then you get showed up, a guy coming along with me like with 2.8s, some 6.5s, base deep. And all I'm doing is putting the driver in the correct size box value. And you amazed and you wild. Oh, man. I had a guy recently, we was talking, and he said, yeah, I had a 6 cube box in here. I said, yeah, give me the dimensions, because he said, I think I'm going to go with some 10s for smaller drivers. I said, you had a 6 cube box in there? Send me the dimensions you got. Let me make sure you can run these 95 10s you say you want to run correctly. He sent me the dimensions. I said, this is the same dimensions that you had when you said you had yeah, man, this guy built me a box 6 net. I said, did you check the dimension? Because what I'm coming up is 4.8 gross. So I'm trying to understand how you felt you had a 6 cube box in there before, and these are the dimensions that you say you have available. Did you check them to make sure he sent you the right size box? Or did you just go off the name? Don't have the lift the truck mentality when it comes to subwoofers. Don't. Any subwoofer will perform well on the box designed for it. If you want to get big drivers like that, there's nothing wrong with that. Make sure you can run it correctly. Make sure you can run it correctly, or don't run it at all. You'll be much better served. They're just telling me, yeah, I bought this 8K amp. See, I bought these subwoofers. Some of you just want to be able to say that. That's why most of the time, not 90% of the time, I'm not worried. I'm not intimidated. Nothing. Well, we're gonna meet up. You're gonna hear the system. Yeah. And then what you got? Yeah. I'll say, let me meet you. I already know your shit don't sound like nothing. Fat Nine Fiction, man. Fat Nine Fiction. I have no real. Seriously, he riding around the line. A family mine, he turned on his 215. I sound like pure garbage. Rattle. No depth to the bass. Just loud. Like a garbage truck driving down the street. Just loud. Nothing else to it. Just loud. You take a steel trash can, throw it up in the air and get loud. Just my thoughts, man. Don't have a lift the truck mentality. Run them correctly or don't run them at all. Peace.